Hey, everybody, welcome to This Board Game Life, episode number 123. I got like some weird thing here.
1, 2, 3.
There was a spider hanging down. You got that on video. Look at that. Now it's like on my hands, I think. There's a spider that just came down. It's like, was that Charlotte? I don't know.
We just lost the PETA crowd.
Yeah.
You murderer.
Man, I wonder if that bad boy's up there on the ceiling somewhere now. I don't know where it came from. Anyway, this is This Board Game Life, episode number 123, titled Expansioning. What's that about? I don't know. Stick around and find out. This is the show about games, board games, tabletop games, card games, anything we want to talk about. In addition to that, I am one of your fine hosts for today. My name is Rob, and with me, as always, over there, I got my good buddy Mark.
Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody?
You got any spiders over there?
No, but I got 2 dogs here.
Okay, they're a little bit of a bigger problem. They're way more expensive than
yes,
feeding a spider.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I wonder where that thing went. I don't know if I got it or not. Anyway. Let's see. I don't think I have anything to say before we get going. Do you? So we can just jump on into the show.
Oh, well, watch us on YouTube, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff.
Yeah. So. Okay, well, that's a given, of course. They'd have to like. They should subscribe.
It's free. Free 99.
Yeah, free 99 to everybody. And yeah, we've got a ton of content on there. We've got our podcasts both in audio and video form. We've got unboxings, playthroughs, reviews, and we love to hear your comments on there. So drop them if you can. Drop them while it's hot. How about that?
Yeah.
Anyway. Yes. And of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. And we can talk about what we've gotten to the table real quick. Here, I will start because I am the first on the list here. And my font looks a little bit smaller. I don't know. But I had Bunny Kingdom Town. This is, we released this video, an unboxing of this, I don't know, like 2-3 days ago, I think. So midweek of maybe like June 10th or something along those lines. Anyway, this is a cool little 2-player game in the Bunny Kingdom universe by Richard Garfield. This game originally, the Big Bunny Kingdom, which is like one of these size boxes, that came out, man, probably like 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago. I remember picking it up in the, that was the heavy Gen Con year. And what I mean by that is I just remember that year in particular, on Thursday, I had one of the big AEG bags. You know what I'm talking about now, right? Because we got one last year. So I had one of those things, and I must have picked up like 8 games on Thursday. And I remember that bag was so freaking heavy. The AEG bag is easily probably at least 2 feet wide, maybe 2.5, and probably 3 feet long. Would you say that's about right?
Yeah.
So
they're huge.
And it's got the hand straps, maybe that's the right way to put it, and then it's got a shoulder strap as well. So it's awesome because it can fit a lot of stuffs, for sure. But when you have a lot of stuff in it, it is freaking heavy. So I remember it destroyed my shins because you sit there and you like walk into it. And but anyway, enough of Gen Con 2-3 years, 10 years ago, whatever. We're talking about today, which is Bunny Kingdom Town. So Bunny Kingdom Town is set in that whole IP universe, whatever you want to call it. And it's a 2-player game. It's a good sized board game. You know, sometimes when you have a 2-player game, it's a very light game. You know, it doesn't have a whole lot of stuff, doesn't have a whole lot of presence. This is one of those that has a good amount of table presence, and it feels like a legit big board game. And what it is it's kind of like a city builder in some ways. So it's a city builder area control game, and you got these cool little rabbit meeples. Really fun little game. Plays fairly well, a little bit over half hour, 45 minutes, hours, something along those lines. Easy to learn, easy to teach, and I enjoyed it. So that's all that I've got this time. How about you, Mark? What did you get to the table?
Oh, I did get a couple of things. So again, played some more Zombicide at Washington D.C. with my group, and we made it into the White House, and we're slaying zombies and trying to find out what the overall ending is going to be on this campaign. Also got to play The Great Wall, which is a game that I've seen. It's from the amazing, my favorite Awakened Realms, but it was something I thought that, you know what, I don't think I'm going to like this, so I didn't pick it up. Well, then I don't know what possessed me to finally do it, and oh man,
The completionist in you, that's what.
what a great game. It is so good. I've actually picked up some expansion content for it, and I just really love The Great Wall. It is such a good game. And if you like
you grabbed
worker
an expansion
placement
for it?
Two of them.
Oh wow. You know, a podcast and a show should do a show on those expansions.
You would think that someone might want to talk about that.
Yes, that's us.
So more on that to come. See, that was my foreshadowing there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the Great Wall worker placement, and you are working cooperatively to build the Great Wall of China to save from the hordes that are trying to invade. And every player has a different general, and so they each have different abilities, and you're trying to protect the wall, build the wall up to, and more of the hordes are coming on each round, and it gets harder and harder to fight them. So you've got horsemen and spearmen and archers and stuff that you will use. And it's really a fantastic game. I really couldn't believe how much I love it. And it's, even though it's cooperatively working to build the wall, it's still a competitive game overall. There is a winner at the end of the game. So some people may not be fully cooperating with it. So, and Rob's on Spider Watch again.
I am. I had to look to see if I got it. Anyways.
Then after that, I did get to play something I know you like, and that's Azul. Played a couple rounds of that with my oldest son, who's home for a couple weeks. Then here's an old one.
Know, I was just going to say real quick, playing Azul is like seeing an old friend.
Yes.
Where, you know what I mean? It's usually a pleasant experience.
It was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was really nice to pull it back out again and play. Yeah. And it's been a while. I was like, okay, I remember that there was some strategy to this and paying attention to what the other players' boards were, but it's been so long, I was like just trying to focus and play my own game, and it didn't go very well. So next was an old game, one I'd never played before, and it's Car Wars, the card game. And this is you're battling everyone. You get a deck of cards, and you have a car out there in front of you, and you can take damage, so much damage on certain sides, and it's just this game. You just play cards against people, trying to damage each side of the car to get into where then you can hit the driver for damage, and the goal is to kill the driver and be the last car standing. So plays quick, fun little card game.
Yeah, old game.
Yeah, I think it was 91, I believe.
Yeah. Those also have interesting art. It's like art from the 90s.
Yes, there's not a lot to it.
Yeah.
But it's still fun to play. So.
Sure.
And that's what ultimately matters.
Yeah.
played some more Dungeons and Dragons, so had a good time with that. And played Shadowrun Crossfire. So this was a really fun game that I'd never heard of before. And I guess there's a couple different games that are like this. There's another one that's it's a different IP. Can't remember what it was. But anyways, you are working another cooperative game where you've got like these people out in front of you, these bosses that you need to try to defeat. But you can also play cards or abilities. You have to have these certain types of cards to, you know, to go through. Like you have to have blue or red, and then a black ability, and you have to have these different abilities to like defeat these bosses. And there's one like in front of everybody. And as the game progresses, more and more bosses will come out. So some people have two in front of them, and so you're trying to figure out who's the biggest threat. And you can play cards over there and not worry about the guys in front of you. Maybe you're going to try to do damage to your neighbor's boss, and then later they're going to come and help you. And it was really fun. I really did enjoy this game. And I guess that the one we played is also like a legacy or campaign style game, but it's just kind of like putting stickers on your board, I guess, to get abilities or upgrades or something. But you're basically still doing kind of the same thing. So I don't think there's a lot of story to it. It just, I think it's meant to be getting a little tougher or something as you go. But it was fun as just like a one-off. Just you can sit down and play it, and you can play the game that way too. Did some more Blood on the Clock Tower. So had another group over this weekend to do couple more scenarios of that. And we also played some Awkward Guests. So again, this is the Clue for adults. So this is it really is Clue. Except you know who was murdered and you know which room they were murdered in, but you're trying to find out who did it, what weapon they used, and then what was their motive. And it's a lot more in depth of a game than just like Clue. So if you like Clue, the Awkward Guess, the Walton case, is a really good one to play. It's really good.
Okay.
And then, oh my goodness, I played a big game the other day. We're talking, I think it was 5 hours, maybe close to 6.
Oh,
I looked this one up. But it was a 4X game. It took us, well, they changed the app. Oh, it was only 4 hours and 15 minutes, I guess. Not bad. And we had 4 people playing Star Trek Ascendancy.
Yep.
And wow, like this was a game they had a Kickstarter or a crowdfunding going on last year where they basically are kind of making everything available again, adding 3 more expansions, but they're like races into the game. And then they got this huge new storage solution that's really nice and holds like everything. And I looked at it, really kind of wanted to get it, but it was super expensive. And I was like, I've never played this game, and it was real expensive. Well, a friend of mine has it, and we played it. Now it's like, I wish I would have backed it. So I really loved this game, really enjoyed it. And it's a long one, but it kept me engaged. It's an IP that I really enjoy. It's an IP that was done very well, unlike another one I'm going to talk about in a minute. And yeah, absolutely fantastic, Ascendancy. So I'm actually now following that crowdfunding project in hopes that once it's done and once they ship, they might say, hey, we're taking late pledges.
There you go.
And I'm going to be ready. I think I'm going to jump on it and just get the whole kit and caboodle.
You're tardy
which
to
is
the
stupid
party.
Because if I play with anyone, it's going to be the people that I played with the other day, and I already got a fellow that's got it all. But man, it's so good. It's like I keep thinking about it. It's like I want to play that again.
Because I remember when this thing came out, because I love my Star Trek, and it's like a 3-player game if I recall correctly.
You can
isn't it like limited, or can you do bots?
I think it was 3-player, minimum. But then they added a Borg expansion, which is an NPC expansion. So then you can play 2 players with the Borg. And now this new crowdfunding, they're offering somehow there is going to be solo play, 2-player play. There's going to be some kind of campaign that they're adding. So there's going to be a lot of options. I don't know how you'd play it solo. You'd probably have to have 2 AI. I don't know if it'd be very good one-on-one, but I think this is a game you want to have multiple people in it. So
it's like, how do you play a deduction game solo?
Exactly. Can't do it.
Where one person is like the bad guy and the rest are all, a hidden traitor kind of thing.
So, Star Trek Ascendancy, massive success. I really like it. Another game I played the other night was Kemet, Blood and Sand. And this is an area majority game. This is not my cup of tea, so to say. This is not something that I have a couple, but I don't really care for area majority. It's not.
Yeah,
it's just not for me. This is a really neat game, though, with all the abilities and stuff. It's a really cool game. I do think it's really neat, and we had a lot of fun. But I'm just not one to really go on the attack and go after people, and so I was playing it kind of quiet, and I got kind of ignored for the most part. And at the very end of the game, I was tied for first place. And but then the guy that owns the game got ahead, and I ended up losing 1 temp point, and he had a couple others, and but I held on to second place. So, and I really didn't combat with people. I just defended those that were attacking me. I think I attacked once, and that was it, and still ended up in second place. So I was pretty pleased with that. So, and the last game I played, I didn't even completely play it. I was playing a little bit of it. Something I bought, a whole bunch of stuff. It's in the Star Trek universe. I bought this game maybe a year and a half ago, never got around to it. Finally broke it out after Ascendancy. I'm like, I got to go play Star Trek Away Missions. It's done by the same company, Gale Force 9. And I was like, I'm like, all right, I'm going to break this out. So I actually, earlier today, I had set it all up like last night and was like going to go through it. But I got tired. So I was like, I'll just do it tomorrow. So today I started to kind of go through it after work a little bit. And I did about an hour, and I was like, I'm done. I found away missions to be just not interesting. Not interesting at all. Basically, each team, it's a 2-player game. You both go on to this ship, and you're trying to do missions, and you can combat with each other, but it's just dice rolling. That's all it is. You go up, you get a card. It's like, oh, you need like the Borg need to what is it called? When you take over, like assimilate the engineering. So you got to go into, do these things in engineering and keep doing these skill checks till you can assimilate it and take it over. And then you gain points like that are on the card. And if you put the card over to the side and you're just rolling dice to see if you get these. In the meantime, your opponent's doing the same thing, and you can get into combat. But then again, it's just dice rolling. And it's just, I'm not against dice rolling. I play a lot of games that I have fun when I'm rolling dice. This one just was, I was like, roll, yeah, okay, succeeded. Roll, yeah, okay, you defended. Roll, oh, I got my skill check. It was just like, felt like I was just going through the motions, and I'm like, this is not fun. So I posted it up on BGG tonight for sale. So anyone is interested, send me a message to BGG, and let me, if you tell me you're from here, I'll cut money off. If you tell me you're subscribed to the Ship Podcast, I will knock off some money.
It's a coupon.
So, yeah.
The listener coupon.
So
supporter coupon.
Yeah, just look for Wingman 709 on BGG Geek Market, and you'll see it out there. So, and it's just tell you, it's priced at 100, but it's the core game, 6 expansions, and 2 extra sets of dice for the Romulans and the Klingons. It's basically everything that you could get except the queue. There was an special event thing that's just not available, and I haven't pursued it, trying to find it in the aftermarket, but it is basically everything for the game, so if anyone's interested. So asking 100, but if, like I said, if someone from here is reaching out, I'll cut you a deal. So it's just taking up shelf space that I don't need. That game's not worth the shelf space. In my opinion.
You're not selling it there.
It's and others might really love it. It rated like a 7.9 or something on VGG. So I was surprised, but I just felt, and I think maybe it's because I played Ascendancy this week, and I just absolutely loved that game so much that this was just, this is like a very light game. So I guess I'm growing up, Rob. I'm growing up. Your little baby's graduating and into some harder games. Yeah. And I think, like, when I bought this, if I'd have played it then, I think I would have really enjoyed it. And now it's just a little light, I think, for me. So they don't want to hear you. You can hear my dog go, ooh.
Oh, no, but they've been going for like the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, they're playing with it. Well, jump up and say hi. There you go. Now look at the internet. Look at the camera right up here. He's the one that's wanting attention. He's the loud one. This is the loud one you always hear barking. The quiet one's on my other side. So, but yeah. So Star Trek Away Missions, again, it just wasn't what I thought it was going to be. So I put it up for sale. So,
and that's the later game. Right,
it's come out a couple years ago. I think it's more recent.
Yeah.
So, but it is. Yeah, I'll have to look that one up. See when that one came out. Because I think I remember seeing this at Gen Con, like first year, I think, that I went out there. 2023, yeah. It's a 7.4. So, that's the rating on it. It's a 2.18. And again, I really liked what Ascendancy had. I really felt like I was playing it felt like you were in that world. This one just was very light. Like, you got your characters, and they all have special abilities, but I felt like it really wasn't as action-packed as I would hope. And again, maybe it's because I was just sitting here trying to learn the game. It could be me. I didn't give it enough time. I didn't give it an opportunity. That could very well be the case. But I really think the big part is, like, I just really enjoyed Ascendancy so much that's really what I want. I think I'm going to have to secure a copy of Ascendancy at some point. So, but anywho, that's what I've played this week.
All right.
Oh, and I will give a little sneak peek here. Rob saw this. Something arrived today. So I will be, after we're done, and I got to do a mailbag, but I'm going to show off.
That game that you hate.
Yeah, I can't believe. Got this. This I crowdfunded. Wasn't due to ship until August.
Wow.
Today is June 11th? And it arrived like 2 months early.
Yeah.
This is Dice Throne Vanguard. So this is the brand new season, if you will, of Dice Throne. So they've got 4 characters to do. So they used to be doing 8. They're now, looks like they're going to 4. And then this box lid will probably be, and I'm not going to do it here. You're going to have to subscribe to the channel. But I think it's a magnetic box lid, which has, like, I believe the lid has like a bonus, like, boss character that you can fight on the lid type of thing. And then, of course, I had to get all the accessory packs for it. So I got the painted miniatures, acrylic tokens,
wow.
card sleeves, but I had to get them for every character. So the miniatures are if you have the Dice Throne missions or you play Dice Throne Adventures. Those are some expansion material that uses miniatures. And you don't need the miniatures, and the game that comes with their cardboard standee comes in, I think by generic basics, but these minis are all painted and they just look sharp. So I buy those so when I can play those when I play the adventures or the missions, cooperative campaign stuff. So, but yeah, be sure to keep an eye on our YouTube channel. I will be doing an unboxing and a mailbag for all this content. Can't
Okay.
wait. I was excited. I
Yeah.
was expecting, when I got the notice, I was expecting my Earth animal expansion for the game Earth. And someone else, Eva, she got her copy. That's what I thought was showing up. And it turned out to be this 2 months early. So my Earth crowdfunding should be showing up anytime now because I got friends already got their copy. So good stuff. More content, more expansion.
I'm sure it'll be there soon.
Yep. So, anyways.
All right. So when you catch Mark's unboxing and his discussion about the new Dice Throne stuff that he just got, make sure to drop a comment because that's one of the ways that you can contact us. Just drop a comment on the videos, and we love seeing those.
Yep.
And you can also send emails to contact at This Board Game Life if you want to reach out to us for any manner of reason. But all right, on to the news. We got about half a dozen things on here. You want to hit this first one?
Oh yeah, let me cue that up here. I thought this
about
was
the UK Games Expo because it is officially Expo season.
Yep, and so this is interesting. So the UK Games Expo, they had this. This just ended. I don't know. So the date on here. This just happened very recently, just like the beginning of June, I think. But maybe it was the end of May because this article was from June 1st. But they've continued to grow, and they had more than 51,000 people at the 20th anniversary of the show just recently. And this turnout's more than double their pre-pandemic record for unique visitors, and saw an overall footprint reach almost 88,000 across the 3-day show. So this is, and again, it's like, well, you had 51,000 attendees, but I think what they've done here is I think that's ticket sales, and then the 88,000 is probably the turnstile. So you've got some of those people that came back for more than one day. This was, I know, Robbie, you and I have talked about the way Gen Con, they announced their attendance based on ticket sales. And Spiel, no, yeah. What's the one in Europe?
The Essen.
Essen Spiel.
The Spiel, yeah.
So they do like turnstiles. So their numbers are like way high. And I'm not doubting they have more people, but it's kind of like their numbers are like insane. And I really, I've talked about that. I think that they don't count the ticket sales, they count the turnstile. Yeah. So you go in the morning, ching, there's one, and then you go out and leave to go get lunch somewhere, and you come back in, boom, that's two. No, I'm the same person.
Well, I think it's,
and then
isn't it per day?
Each day, and
yeah. So you take, if it's 4 days, you take the count divided by 4.
Yeah.
That's a simple way to figure out attendance, maybe.
Yeah. Well, not everyone gets a 4-day pass, but so it's just interesting that UK Games Expo kind of showed two different numbers. And that's cool. Like, that's really neat to see this becoming, like, this is one of the major cons now. Very quickly has become something, basically you've got Essen, you've got Gen Con, and now I believe with this type of attendance, this is like the number 2 con of the, of the year in numbers. So, and if you go by the 88,000, then that would actually surpass Gen Con. So, but yeah, that's
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool. And if you missed it, if you're in the UK or you're in Europe and have the opportunity to go next year, just know that this is definitely, the numbers are surging. There's going to be more. They said the visitor numbers are up 64% in just 3 years. And that means they're now pushing steadily towards 70,000 plus, recorded by the giant US Tabletop Convention. They're moving towards the 70,000 plus, which is what Gen Con has had each year since 2023. And it's more than 2.5 times larger than last year's Origins Game Fair. So they had 900 exhibitors pitch their booths at UK's at this year's event, including 75 first-time exhibitors, compared to 575 at Gen Con last year. So they had a lot more. Now, I know last year was quite a dip at Gen Con. That wasn't norm. I would expect Gen Con to be back up probably in the 900s again this year, hopefully. But yeah, so this is a big deal. So if you get the opportunity to check it out next year, don't miss out on the UK Game Expo.
Yeah, it's cool that different regions are, getting some really good shows, because Germany has Essen, United States has a couple, right? And they're all a little different in some ways. There's the more regional cons, the Dice Tower ones, the BGG ones, Gen Con Origins, Grand Con is another one. Anyway, there's a whole ton of them. The ones out in California, and there's ones in France and Poland, South America. So it's telling for how the hobby's growing.
Yeah.
Or at least, the hardcore of the hobby that they're showing up there. Okay. All right. You good with that?
Yep.
Should we move on? All right.
Yep.
So Splendor Duel is a new expansion Splendor Duel has a new expansion called the Counterfeiters. And this is, the Splendor Duel is the 2-player mini version of Splendor. And this new expansion is going to be out on July 3rd, 2026. So it's just around the corner, about maybe 3-4 weeks from when we are recording this. It's going to add 4 glassware tokens, 17 counterfeiter cards, and 4 brand new royal cards. And it's going to be only $12.99. So, the fact that it's only 4 tokens, 17 cards, 21 cards, $13. I guess that's okay. So if you're getting tired of the base game, you can give this thing a look-see. And ages 10 and up, 2 players, of course, and plays in 30 minutes, which is, I guess about average for that. Then yet another version of Cascadia, because there's been a couple of them, right? Since the OG came out, we're getting Alpine Lakes. So this is brought to you by our friends over at AEG and Flat Out Games. So the Alpine Lakes are going to be released later this year, October 30th. So that's after Gen Con, after Essen and the like. This is a new standalone expansion that explores the ecosystems of the Pacific Northwest. Are you in this game, Mark?
Maybe.
Just wondering.
If you see me, wave.
Yeah. Yeah, you are the win condition, the one that gets Mark as the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole game itself is 1 to 4, plays in 30 to 45 minutes, and retails for $49.99. So this one features a new and unique set of scoring combinations and objectives that revolve around linking 5 alpine species together in 3 habitats. So if you're getting tired of the same old stuff, you can start doing some of the alpine goodness here. But I mean, I was going to say, how different can it be? Because I don't know, it's all mountains stuff. Mountains tend to have the same things. Anyway. But yeah, this is a new twist to the game. If you like your Cascadia game time, you might want to check this out later on this year. Also from AEG, they released, they've been releasing a bunch of, I want to say like mid-levels and smaller games. I don't know if I can't really think of a really big game that they've released in a long time. But AEG revealed a new game called Jumble Jack. It's going to be hitting retail. This is a party game of all things. I don't know if they've ever done a party game before. It's going to be hitting retail on August 21st. So it's going to be a couple months out from now. And it's from 4 to 8 players. So there's your party aspect. I guess 2 players is a party. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently party games don't factor in that. Actually, that's more dual games, I guess, if you got 2. If you want more, you got to go to the party aspect. So it plays in 20 minutes, retails for $40. So this is a game by Emmanuel Briano, where players engage in a pirate curse ritual where they try to uncover villainous members of the crew. Each player has a secret, don't they all? And hidden combinations of doll accessories that identify them to other pirates as a doomed pirate. They take turns dressing a doll, and is that like voodoo? I don't know. Dressing a doll and calling out other pirates in order to make a curse stick. The player holding the doll each turn is immune from accusation. And the player that manages to avoid having their secret identity discovered wins. So interesting little game there. And then we've also got, we're going back into the Wayback Machine, Mark. And that's that Hasbro is bringing back an old school game called Crossfire. Do you remember this one from the 80s and 90s, maybe?
No.
So this one is a, let me kind of like see if I can jog your memory a little bit, because I remember this one. I never had it though, because it was all over TV for a long time. It's going to be hitting in retail in July 2026, but the first version of Crossfire came out in the early 70s and went over to Milton Bradley in the 80s, and it came under Hasbro in 2016, and it's basically a rink of sorts where each player has their own side, and they're shooting these like these like ball bearings at each other. Anyway, this game was a lot of fun, and it's another 2-player game, so maybe they should call it Crossfire Duel. I don't know. Maybe not, because it is a duel. But it's going to retail for $29.99. If you remember this one from back in the day and enjoyed this game, you can find it in retail coming up here soon. I want to say that it was available at Target for a while. I imagine it was one of those games that was like a Target exclusive. I could be totally wrong. I'm just guessing on that. But I remember walking through Target and I saw it a couple years back. But yeah, Crossfire heading to a retail spot sometime in July. So check it out. And then lastly, does the name Synapsis Games ring a bell to you?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
I just pre-ordered it. I didn't know about
so,
it until I saw your news article.
So
it's like,
that's
what
you've been. That's all that clicking was.
Yeah.
Sitting there like a little kid with your tongue hanging out, like typing away.
Ooh,
Anyway,
what's this?
Synapsis Games announced Compile Main 3 is coming out. It's going to be hitting retail in Q3 2026, so it's a little ways away, a couple months away. But the way things go, it will be around the corner. It went up for pre-order about 2 weeks ago. And what was the history of this one, Mark? So, oh, there we go. So, do you remember what the history of it was? Because I remember you explained it to me. The original compile game had some issues. And then another company picked it up or something? Was that how it went?
I think it was originally, I want to say Greater Than Games.
Yes, that was it.
And then Synapsis bought them. And then something happened to Synapsis. And then now they're back. It's something, I don't know. I'm not really sure, but
yeah,
I somehow it was in there. But
yeah, so in Compile Main 3, players are they're going to pit two competing AIs against each other in an attempt to complete 3 new protocols like the other ones. This time around, the protocols are chosen from a pool of 12 all new cards based on the 7 deadly sins, such as envy, wrath, and pride. Players use their cards, create command lines, disrupt their opponent's sequences, and take over protocols, all while racing to breach the protocol's threshold and win the game. So, if you enjoyed the original Compile game or Compile, 2, 3 is out there. You can pre-order it just like Mark did just now. All right. So that's it for the news. And let's get on to the main event. We need to have like the boxing. Dun, 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 dun. And maybe
let's all go to the lobby.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, so on today's show, I thought it'd be fun to talk about expansions because heck, we talked about some expansions in the news.
Expansions? What's an expansion?
Technically, the Dice Throne stuff that you got is an expansion, right? Sort of.
No, not really.
Or is it more add-on? Or is it separate?
Yeah, it's basically all standalone. Like you don't have to have any Dice Throne. You can buy Vanguard and you can play. So
technically it doesn't expand and it doesn't add on. It's its own thing.
Yeah.
Sort of.
It's basically you got a box. You get a tray with a character and their cards and their dice and all that stuff. And when you buy one of the boxes, so now they're, like I said, they're doing like 4 characters in a box, and you can buy them in the store with just like 2. Because it's just, you have to have 2 players. It's a 2-player game at a minimum. And so all this other stuff is just more characters. So you can expand your options of characters and you can fight. Like I can take any of these and play against the original season 1 or season 2 or the Marvel characters. It's complete mix and match. You can just duke it out. So I wouldn't call it an expansion because you don't need any of the other stuff to play the new content that comes out. So
I guess that's like a separate category.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you might want. It could be called like a standalone expansion, maybe, because it is expanding the Dice Throne universe.
Yes.
But you don't need any previous content to play. You just need to have two people and have to have two characters. That's it.
I mean, it's kind of separate along the lines of, let's say, like in Magic the Gathering, you buy your booster packs and you create your deck. So
Yeah.
you're buying stuff to have your own play stuff deck.
No, I wouldn't agree with that either.
All right. So
I mean,
we're talking about expansions.
Okay. Yeah.
So we can say that there's expansions, add-ons, and that, and regular games. But anyway, so in terms of expansions, there's like a bunch of different kinds. Dice Throne's not one of them. We can start with the tiniest of the bunch. Like I've got one.
I got a bunch sitting right here. I'm trying to grab.
Like
here's one.
This. Yep, there you go. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got another one here.
So this is Tom Vassal's hat, but it's for Clank. So that's a promo expansion, right?
Yeah, so promos are kind of like the miniest of the expansions. Oh yeah, that's
in that game, Rob.
The one that Dartmoor is.
Yes.
Force
Shuffle.
Force Shuffle. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll give you credit. You got Dartmoor, so
yeah. You put me on the spot. I'm really bad with names. What's your name? Fred? Anyway. So promos are like the smallest of the expansions. Would they even qualify as an expansion? Because they really just add, most of the time, very little to the game. And they're cheap, which is nice. They're a couple bucks to free, depending on how you source it. And, some of them are cool. I would say a lot of them are novelty.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I would say the same, novelty.
Yeah. And, but anyway, they're like the smallest. Then I would say after that, there's 3 categories of expansions. There's small, medium, and large, or mini, medium, and big. So when we talk mini expansions, those are ones that add just a couple of cards. Sure. Mm-hmm.
This is from Nemesis Retaliation.
Okay.
And it happens at the end of setup, so I don't even know. I haven't even opened this one yet. But yeah, this would fit into your mini. Yeah. Adding something small.
So they add something small, definitely more than a typical promo would. They typically don't change gameplay very much. They might add a new twist that's encountered in the game, usually once or twice only, right? Because, most of the time, you don't interact with those cards very often, especially if you're adding maybe a dozen cards to a deck of 100 or 150 cards. Now, where you get into the more substantial size of expansions is mediums. Mediums, this is where the expansions can add, I'll say, fun stuff to the game, significant things to the game. They can be something along the lines of adding a 5th and 6th player, adding a solo variant. Some will actually, come with a separate board and do a significant change to the game. And here they start getting to be a little pricier, usually $20 and up, I would say. And then the last type of expansion is what I'll call the big expansion. And this one to me is kind of a gray area. I was wondering if you're still with me because your video froze a little while ago. So with what? You still
I'm
there?
still here.
Okay, good.
I'm dancing.
I don't see you dancing, but that doesn't matter as long as our viewers see it. Anyway, so the big expansions are now, they're big productions. They are game changing. They'll sometimes have board overlays. They'll have things that totally change the mechanics of the game. I'm thinking along the lines of, there's a game called Stone Age that's been around forever.
Oh, yeah.
It's got an expansion where you add a whole new dynamic to the game. Castles of Burgundy Special Edition. It's got the Vineyards expansion, right? This adds a whole new section to the game. And what's interesting to me about the big ones, actually, we'll talk about this later because I've got it as a separate component, is that the big ones now get to be expensive. And they approach the territory of new games. But we'll go into that more. Do you think that I hit most of the game expansion types, or did we leave anything out?
I think so. I think, and as we were showing stuff, I think this would qualify as like a medium.
What are you showing? Because I can't see it.
Oh, that's right. Targi, the expansion.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a small box, but it does add some content into the game. But then you've got your big ones, which are things more like like the Awakened Realms. You know, they have an expansion. It's this giant box, or there's a bunch of boxes, and you're spending upwards of what the game itself costs to add that additional content on. So, granted, it'll extend the game. Like there's a massive amount of content.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything from a little one card promo all the way to big, huge productions. So,
so now with all of those, an expansion does exactly that, right? It expands the game. And it makes it sometimes a bigger game if you add the 5th and 6th players as an example, or more. I guess some can go up to 8. I don't think I've seen beyond 8. Because, some games you can, let's say the base game will be 1 to 4, then you can get extras to add, 2 players or 4 players or whatever. But anyway. So those are expansions. Then there's like add-ons, which is, let's say, a gray area. Let's stay out of that. Maybe that's a topic for another show, because I can see it delving back into the whole Dice Throne thing.
You're wrong.
So, yeah. So, while we were talking about the different kinds of expansions, there's a big cost differential between all of them. So sometimes you get expansions like this guy here. I don't even know what game this is from. This looks like, is that an Arnak?
Yeah. Yep.
Is it? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it looked familiar. But, you get like a single card, and they're anywhere from like $1 to $5, depending on where you source it from. They might even be free. You get them when you place an order, or when you, for example, at Gen Con, if you or the conventions that have retail, you go over there, you buy the latest game. Hey, we'll throw in this thing for free, or you spend a certain amount of money, whatever it is. So you get these for free, and we like free. But now once you start hitting the small and medium ones, the price increases. And then the big, they can be pricey. Like we see them all the time on Kickstarters or GameFound, right? Where you've got the base game that's pretty darn expensive, and then the add-on expansion is $40-$50 or more.
Yeah.
Depending on the game. Or let me backtrack. What do you think is a typical base price of a game today in 2026? Like if you were to go to retail.
I would say probably about $50.
So for like $49.99
ish.
Yeah. Because I remember them, hitting $29, $39, right? And that's getting to be few and far in between nowadays. But yeah, the 50-ish range is, I'd say, pretty average. If you get a heavy box and it's $50, man, you got something special over there. Easily. But should an expansion cost $50? Doesn't that seem like too much for an expansion? And I know it depends on what it is and how many minis it's got. And if it has a logo on it with the initials A R. Yeah. and there's a couple other companies in there too. But
I think that's really, I don't think you could answer that question because it really does depend on what the content is. If you're getting something that is just kind of adding a couple small things but doesn't like add and it doesn't really continue the game or doesn't extend the life of it longer, where it's just kind of like, oh, you get these new ways to play the game you're already playing. I think those types of expansions, like Targi or even like Cities, Cities USA. I mean, it's really just an expansion from the main game, but it's out as an actual full-on game, which is fine.
Well, but, yeah. What they basically did is instead of coming out with the USA expansion, they just made it its own game.
Right.
So you buy it twice.
Right. So like Force Shuffle's a really good one. You can buy these more cards, put more cards in.
Yeah.
Those shouldn't be very expensive. And I do think like Arc Nova had the Marine Worlds, which I think was overpriced considering the fact that you've got a game that has like 200 something cards already. And then here, add these 20 cards into this massive deck. When are you going to see it? You're likely not to be able to even see or play that content because the likelihood of it coming up is so slim. So I think those types of expansions should not be very expensive. But things I think like we talked about, and I'm not defending Awakened Realms. It's just,
right.
I got a lot of it. So that comes to mind. But things like, when they do an expansion, I mean, you're getting like, there's so much content in their base games, which really could be, it's a whole nother thing. Do you really need more content?
Yeah.
But there are people that do like play a game. I think you and I have a problem where we like to just play all kinds of stuff. So we don't get to focus in on something and really take advantage of the additional content, where there are players that like to do that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think they're the ones that really see that value. And if it's a big game, like a big campaign or a game that they've played through, and maybe the game allows you to play through a couple times because there's some variations, but then
actually, I was just gonna say it is fun to play a game twice. Not that we know what that's like.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're playing something new every day.
Yeah, so but now if you've played the campaign and you really liked it and they come out with like, hey, here's 8, 10, 12, 50 hours of more content, then that's gonna give a bigger price. because of the amount of time that it's not just here's a card, here's a couple cards, or let's change a mechanic, or let's fix something that was broke in the original game and call it an expansion. That should be free. But, so again, I don't think that you can really put a cost, what an expansion should cost, other than it should never cost more than the base game. And it should not cost the same as the base game. It should be much reduced in price because you still have to have that base game to play that content. So I don't think there's an answer for your question.
Okay, fair enough. Because the thing that I was thinking about was, should an expansion have a price cap of sorts? Should it never be more than the base game?
Well, yes. That'd be one heck of expansion, I think, to have so much more content that it exceeded what the base game offered. Just doesn't. That's a whole new game.
Or they call that a big box.
Or a big box.
Yeah.
No.
So, okay. And then this is going to be a very loaded question. Are expansions worth it? This is where we give the shameful answers.
Okay. So before the show started, you mentioned this. And you asked me, what are your favorites? And I was like, So I casually turned around in my chair and I started looking at my shelves. What has an expansion in it that I've played that I enjoy? And then I looked at how many expansions in my app that I have on my phone. So I keep track of my game collection, on BGG. And it tracks how many expansions. So according to my app, I have 179 expansions.
Okay.
Now, I think it might be counting things like the whole dice throne. It might be counting each of the characters as like an expand. I don't know. I'm kind of curious because I don't believe I have 179 expansions, but I only came up with 2, 3, 5 that are things that I love or that needs to be in the game for me to play it at this point.
Okay.
5 out of 179. So that means my answer is no, they are not worth it. For the most part. Now, there's a few, and we can talk about it later, but there are a few that I think absolutely can be worth it. It can actually change the game and improve the game so much that it becomes a necessity to play with it. Where I would say 99% of expansions, I don't put them in, especially if you're teaching someone, and if you have a game group that meets a lot, then that's probably one of the issues is that you are always got new players, so you tend not to put the expansions in because you just want to teach the base game. A lot of games, the base games are so good that why mess it up with extra stuff to have to teach? So
because they do add twists lots of times.
They can,
which are novel for the players that are used to them or used to the game that have been playing it to death. But yeah, they can really mess up players that are playing it for the first time, especially if they're not hardcore gamers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's worth is going to be based on, I think, everybody's individual experience.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, how do you find out if they're worth it? Someone's got to buy it.
Exactly.
So why not you and me, Rob?
yeah, that is us. And there's always been a long-standing argument that if the content of an expansion, especially if it's released at the same time as the game, meaning Kickstarter, GameFound, etc., if that content was that good, it would have been in the original game. I know it can be split off sometimes for cost reasons and various other things, but you know, I find that overall the majority of the expansions that I have, and I have no idea how many I have, but I play so very few of them. So few of them. And I don't know if I'm jumping ahead here in what we're going to be talking about. I would say the most mileage that I've gotten out of any of the expansions has probably been with the Ascension and Dominion expansions, and that's really about it.
Yeah.
It's just the card games, just because you wind up getting them and then you can incorporate them into the main game. And, that does create its own problems. It kind of dilutes the game a little bit, especially when there's as many expansions as there are for both of those games. But yeah, a lot of those expansions for the games, they just go unplayed, and hopefully they can fit into the base game box, which is the other problem, where you get the expansion and now you have to keep a separate box.
Yeah.
Or the annoying thing is you have the box and then expansion comes in some kind of baggie and it doesn't fit in the main box, and now you get lid lift or man, first world problems, I guess, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah, we've got it so rough, Rob.
Yeah, I know, right? I know, totally. But yeah, the other thing is some of these expansions come with stuff that we'll never use. Like in my case, the games that come with the 5-6 player expansions, those are zero interest to me, just because I so rarely ever play with more than 4 people. I actually usually don't like to play with 5 and up. So when an expansion has some addition and then the stuff for extra players, it just gets thrown into the box and then never really used. Although it does give a little bit of extra color choice. So maybe there's that.
I absolutely like 5th and 6th player expansions. That's the reason I bought Scoundrels of Skullport for Lords of Waterdeep, because
Oh yeah,
I often have 5 and 6 players, and that game is originally a 4 player, so it adds all the stuff you need to expand that game to support the additional players. And I've played it several times, and I guess that's a good one. That's another one I could add to my list. That needs to be there. But that's a good one though too, because it's not something I can play the game without the expansion. And that particular one, I bought the expansion, but I've only used the additional players. I've actually not ever played the Scoundrels of Skullport content,
because that's an extra.
So you
board,
and I are
it?
like opposite.
Yeah, in that respect.
Yeah.
Is on the flip side, there's some expansions that come with a solo variant or solo add-on, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Those I do like, although I don't like playing with robots. That's this whole separate thing, because that's what a lot of them are. So the 5-6 player and solo expansions, I guess those can kind of fall into the same bucket where they're situational, right? It depends on the people. Some people never play solo, but they might play with more count like you. And I'll occasionally play solo. So the solo ones are a benefit to me, but not the multiple player add-ons. Okay. And then one thing that's interesting about some of these solo variants is that they were not included in the base game, which you would think would be easy. And sometimes the solo variants are like community made, or you get there's some people that are really good at making them, so they make them for a whole bunch of games, and then they just add the solo variant and any extra components and stuff, and they package it up. But I guess going back to the whole player count, whether it's 1, 5, 6, I don't know if there's any expansions that add a third and fourth. Like if the game's only a 2-player, would they ever add a third and fourth? I don't know. Maybe it's something to look into. I'm just curious. Something that a fleeting thought that came through my crazy mind here.
We just talked about a 2-player game that can be played. I think it's Star Trek Away Missions actually can be played with 4 people. There
was a game where you buy a second copy of it.
Yeah, and I can't remember what game that is.
Yeah, that's right.
But like Star Wars: The Mandalorian. Well, no, that doesn't require that. Yeah, I can't remember. I'm trying to remember what that game was. Like, buy another copy.
I want to say it was a card game, if I remember right. Because I think we were talking about it on the news a couple episodes ago. So, so going back to, we kind of touched on this early on in this discussion. If an expansion is a big one, like a mid to big one, should they just make it its own game instead of making an expansion? We'll say kind of like what Cities USA might have done. They did a lot of changes, right? They changed the artwork. They added some extra pieces. They didn't need to change the artwork.
They changed the way everything's scored.
They needed to change the board. Yeah.
So, well, the board was the same. They didn't have to. Well, they didn't have to change the artwork, really. But the way, they added some things which would have added new art assets, and they completely changed the way the game scores, the way the various things function. They added roads, so they wouldn't. They had to do I guess they did have to reprint the board. I mean, they could have used the old artwork and just added some more art assets under that look. But yeah, I mean, I think that's fine for that size of game to just make it a you buy it like it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem with that. I think there's a lot of expansions that I think they're the name, the fact, the name kind of gives it away. It's an expansion of a game you already have. So I don't think of Cities USA as an expansion.
Right.
That is just its own game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I think most expansions aren't going to be something that you could do alone or make another game, because otherwise then you have to include everything that's needed from the base game with that quote expansion to make it like a standalone.
Mm-hmm.
And those do happen. They do make standalone expansions. I'm pretty sure I have a few, and I honestly just can't think of one.
Isn't Sanctuary considered like a standalone expansion for Ark Nova?
No. It's because it has nothing to do with Ark Nova other than it's in the same universe. Like, it's a completely separate game.
Okay.
It's a very there's nothing there that would go into Ark Nova. It's just in that universe. Trying to think. I've got something I know that is a standalone expansion. So it can add content to the main game, or you can play it outright as is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, if you're listening
right
to the
here.
show, let us know, because we're both having brain farts right now.
It's late at night.
Drop a comment. Let us know what we're thinking if you know this, because I want to say that we talked about this within the last couple months, at least on the news or something along those lines. Okay. And then, so timing wise with expansions, it's one thing. Like, let's say if you buy Ark Nova, okay, and you've been playing it a while, you're enjoying the game, an expansion comes out, and now you're buying the expansion separate. If you're buying into a game late, so it's been out for a while, should an expansion be included in the base box when they do reprints? So, you know what I'm saying? So, as an example, yeah, like if you get, we'll use Apiary as an example, right? So, Apiary has a couple expansions. I know at least one in that like cardboard box, just one.
Yep.
So if you buy the game now, should it be, see what I did there? Should it be? Yeah.
They're space bees.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. No, I didn't catch it, but that was good.
Yeah. Should it be, and should the expansion be included in future printings? But that might change the price point. I don't know.
I don't think so. Not for that example. I can see other games where maybe like a small,
like promos
small
or
expansion, or
paleo right here.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, that probably is very little cost to them. Why not throw that in? You know, if you're doing a reprint, just add in some expansion content,
or it's
especially if you're not selling it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't like when they tape it to the box.
No.
Those things sometimes get stolen in the stores.
Yeah, well, that's true.
No. But yeah, I think if it's, because Apiary is not a hard game, but when you're first trying to learn it, there's a lot of steps, a lot of tiles, cards, 2 different scoring tracks. There's quite a bit. So to add all what's in the expansion on top of it, I think could be quite a bit.
You don't have to play with it. I'm just saying, should they include the expansion in the game, or just keep it separate?
I can just keep it separate. It's a way for them to, if the game is doing good enough, people are going to buy it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And Apiary is a phenomenal game.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Okay, here's another question for you. When we think expansions, are component upgrades expansions?
No.
Why not?
Because they're upgrades. It's all all of this is in the name, Rob.
There you go. An
expansion expands the base game, and upgrades the components.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I do like, there's been a couple of games where the expansions actually include replacement components that are a little bit nicer. I do like that.
Yeah, that's nice.
Will always get a thumbs up, but it's not going to be something along the lines of metal coins.
No.
Well, usually won't be metal coins to replace the cardboard chits or whatever. Okay. And then So we kind of touched on this a little bit. What are your favorites?
So, a couple that I thought of was, of course, I mentioned it after the fact. Scoundrels of Skullport because of adds a fifth
Mm-hmm.
and sixth player.
Yeah.
Along that lines is Clank. I think it's called the Adventuring Party, and I bought that, and I've only used that for the fifth, adding the fifth and sixth player as well. Even though there's like asymmetrical characters in there that you can play with different abilities instead of everyone having the same exact starting deck. So you get a little bit of difference between them, but I've never played that way. Also, Wormspan Dragon Academy. So
Mm.
Wormspan is a really good game. I think to me, it's my favorite of the Span games. And the Dragon Academy just added some additional, streamlined some things, added some stuff in that I really liked. And it's one of those that I'm like, it wasn't just more cards, which is what I kind of expected. It actually streamlined and changed a little bit of the gameplay to improve what was already a great game. So that's one that I will always play with the Dragon Academy. Apiary, again, I like that. The hive boards that you get in the base game, all the expansion hive boards are all the same. They're, it allows you to expand out, which is what you want, but they don't have like the bonuses you get on those are all the same. The expansion gives you all kinds of a stack of those cards, and they all have like different types of things. So like you can pick two off the top, and then you can select which one you want based on the bonuses and things that are there. I think that's really cool. And if you're trying to do a certain thing, you might just get another Hive edition that allows you to kind of keep going down that path, or maybe give you some points elsewhere. And I think that's really neat. The Zombicide campaign expansions. I really love Zombicide, but the campaign, these expansions have allowed us to do things like carry a weapon over from one mission to the next, or it introduced the ability to roll extra dice when you're attacking, but to maybe do more damage, but now you run the risk of destroying the weapon. So there's that like risk reward that just wasn't there before. They've changed the way the game plays. Like you're going and have to go to these cards and look at them and then see what's happening. Like you don't know what's there. So I really enjoy that. Another one is Seven Wonders Architects. It's my favorite game in the Seven Wonders series, and they came out with an
Mm-hmm.
expansion called Metals, and it just added more ways to score points. And it didn't overcomplicate anything. It's a pretty simple addition, and it's just I'm like, this is really nice. I like this. And the last one that I was thinking of was SETI Space Agencies. This one gave additional alien races to interact with that have some really neat game mechanics when these new ones appear that are very different from the originals. And they also added in a kind of a jump start where you skip round one of the game, and instead you get these cards and you select a card, and then it kind of it basically, this card is going to mimic the round one. And originally I'm like, why would I want to do that? I didn't think I'd like it, but when I played it that way, it does shorten the game, which in a way it's like I don't need it to be short. I like the game, but having kind of that first round, because otherwise everyone starts with nothing, and the whole first round is just kind of slogging to get something going. Well, here you kind of like, oh, okay, well, you got this, and you've got satellites out on these planets, and it gives you a jump start into that. So basically, it replaces round one of the game, and you start basically on round two as if you've already played a round. And it really was like, hey, this actually really works, and I really liked that, and I will play that way every time I play it now. So
Mm-hmm.
those are like my favorites. That, but of the that's a few out of the 179.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. And could I survive without all these expansions? Yes. You know, these are the
Mm-hmm.
ones that I feel are needed and are worth it. And yet I still feel compelled to buy in a game I love.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I will buy the expansions.
No, I totally get it.
So,
Yeah, my favorites, and I've got a whole ton of them, and some are decent. The only three really stick out as really good and repeat plays for me. Dominion has a whole slew of expansions.
yeah.
I could probably sit there and grade them because some are better than others, but Dominion expansions, I would say those were definitely worth it. Ascension is another series, another game series that I've really enjoyed, and that one as well. It got to the point of where I had to stop buying. I'm like, I can't keep buying these anymore. It's just too much. It's literally too much. And I mentioned this earlier when we talked about it. Some of those, especially Dominion and Ascension, the more expansions you get, it really dilutes the game.
Yeah.
Or now you're playing more expansion cards than others. But anyway, there's those. And then the only other expansion that I would say that I've really enjoyed, that I've played and I will play again, is there was an expansion for Turn and Taxis that we played, and that one was good. But beyond that, I would say most expansions I could just do without them. And here's a question for you, and I think I know the answer. Based on our conversation now, will this change your behavior in buying expansions in the future? Like now thinking about it, nope, not at all. No.
Nope, because I'm stupid.
Yeah.
I have a problem, Rob.
Well, we know that you got a bunch of problems, but hey, that's a different story.
I just bought this one, Targi, and like
that one's worth it.
You taught me Targi without the expansion when I was there in Chicago recently, and I really liked this, but I don't play 2-player games. So again, why did I buy this? But I really liked it.
It's a good game.
And then I'm like, oh, there's an expansion. Okay, like I probably will never play the expansion.
That's an easy expansion, though. It is. Both of them are inexpensive, relatively.
True. But it's still the same concept of, I really didn't need to spend the money on it.
Yeah.
So.
I know for me lately, especially with some of these big campaigns, I should probably change what I was going to say. I've been more selective in how deep I go in Kickstarters, and actually not so much Kickstarters, but definitely GameFound campaigns, because GameFound are like, they're the Beverly Hills of the campaigns.
Yes. It's on a GameFound, it's going to cost a fortune.
Yeah. You go over there, it's like, oh, these games look beautiful. How much? So, yeah. But anyway, I really limit. I'm starting to limit, unless it's something that I really, 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 really enjoy. There's been a couple now that I've backed where I've just done the base. And you know what? In the end, I'm okay with it. When I get the game, I want to say I started this a couple years ago, initially slowly. And when I get the game, you know what? I don't miss the expansion.
No, I agree with that.
And for some of them, I'll even forget about it. But
some of the stuff I am trying to not do the expansions, like the what's that new one that just is coming out now for from Awakened Realms. Where's my list? Was it Lands of Evershade or something like that?
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
So that one I didn't go in and buy all the expansions and stuff because it's like I probably won't even get through the game. I got several of their games. I can't get to the table because they're so big. And but it's like, ooh, I want this. And so that's one that I didn't go crazy all in. But like others, like since we're on to this, I backed two things just recently. Both came out on the same freaking day.
Yeah.
Both on GameFound. Both I had to have the.
They hooked both of us.
I had to get the high end on both. So, I didn't get so I backed Altera, which is a new Ivy Studios game.
As did I.
I did not get the wooden dice tray or the wooden player things. I did not do that, but I got everything else. So there, I didn't get the one non-necessary thing. But then Concordia, I don't think I left anything out on that. I know I didn't get the. Oh, I should look this up. I know I didn't do the crazy all in.
Yeah.
I think there was some more that I could have done on that, but I still had I got the miniatures because those look so good. Oh man, those are gorgeous. But I still went I think I went about halfway. Let me look at this. What the rewards were on this one for just Concordia. There was a collect. No, I didn't want that because some of these are crazy because it includes the previous games. But the most expensive Concordia one was 340 euros, and I did not get that.
That's one. A lot, yeah.
I think I did the 241 euro, which is still a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, but I did not go to the most expensive one, so there's a start.
Yeah, there you go, baby steps.
So, because what it added was playmats, art book, and sleeves. So it's I took that out.
Yeah.
I don't need an art book. The sleeves are nice, but I can buy them separately, and I don't need playmats. So.
Yeah, playmats are a pain to store.
Yeah. Plus, what is there 9 of them or something? It's oh boy.
Yeah.
So that's a very expensive pledge, but I still had to get all the niceties. So.
Oh yeah. Upgrades.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough because I started down that path, and now it's kind of if I know I can get metal coins, I want them. If I know I can get acrylics, I want them. If I can get minis, I want them.
Well, so. That, kind of going on a sideline here, that brings up the question, does every game experience need to be the best game experience? Or maybe that's a topic for another show. We'll leave that for another show.
I just answered it, yes.
Okay.
The deluxification of gaming. That would be a good episode.
Yeah,
we should talk about the deluxification of gaming.
Let's do that next show.
Yeah, no, not today. Yeah.
But yeah, I've scaled stuff back, and I've limited myself on a ton of games, and I don't have a problem limiting myself. I don't need the dice trays. I don't need some of the extra goodies, and I will do some of the expansions.
Yeah.
But some of the games they'll have the base pledge. It includes the Kickstarter stretch goals, and it includes at least one expansion or something. I'll get that. But those games where they have 5, 6, 7 expansions, that's a little much.
Like Concordia?
Yeah.
But I don't think you could get them without that.
Well, a lot of the expansions are maps, I think, and those come with it, though. Don't
right.
They?
Yeah. I don't believe you could get it without. Well, let me double check. Let me look
because
at the
it's got
rewards
that
again.
whole sleeve thing. Oh, put all the
Yeah.
maps in this map sleeve box thing.
Yeah, the base game does include all previous maps and expansions. So
Yeah.
but that's the low end one. You still get that stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, you can't price those out of the order.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because on that one, I think there was the €80, it's like 79 or €80
yeah,
base set. And then the one up above it was the wooden
yes,
base. I think that's the one that I got.
okay. I went with what was it called?
You went with the one that's on the main screen when you first go into it, right?
Yeah, the Concordia Pax Romana pledge.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that is a nice one.
Yep.
You're like, show
Well,
is. Yeah.
in 5 years, you can play it.
Yeah. 5 years when it comes out.
See, that's the other thing. Like, this is set to, it says July of 2027. Guarantee it won't be.
Yeah.
It will be 2028 before this thing shows up.
So
Awaken Realms cannot meet the timeline with their games.
So here's the question of 123. Are we going to get Concordia first, or am I going to get my replacement tokens for Puerto Rico before
I bet
that?
you'll get Concordia first. No, maybe they'll pack them in with your Concordia pledge.
you would think that would be a thing.
I would reach out to them again, to be honest.
Yeah.
There's no reason they shouldn't be able to send those. They're doing a new crowdfund. Come on. Just send me my pieces from the other one.
Yeah. So when I got my copy of Puerto Rico, I was missing a bunch of wooden pieces. So I contacted Awaken Realms and they said, yeah, we'll ship them out to you. But because of the tariffs, we're not shipping anything to the United States, or because of the post office or something along those lines. And so they said, as soon as this gets cleared, the situation's cleared, we'll ship them out. So that was, I don't know, last year.
I would call them back or contact them back and say, look, I can't even play the game I gave you hundreds of dollars for because of a few pieces. And now you want me to back Concordia, which I want to back, but you screwed me on the last one. So say either give me my money back for Puerto Rico or give me my freaking pieces. Come on.
There you go.
What's there to charge? They're replacement parts.
Yeah, it's a little bag in an envelope. It's like, I'll give you guys $5.
Exactly. Stupid.
Another $5.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's what they're waiting for.
I would just call them back, dude.
Yeah.
Or email them. There's no calling them, I guess.
Yeah. So right. Yeah, that's the slippery slope of expansions. And a lot of tough decisions, especially in those, or maybe it's not a tough decision, on those Kickstarters and Game Founds and all those others, backer whatever's. Anyway, all right, and so with the crowdfunding corner, we kind of, gave that away already.
Well, we were talking about it.
Yeah. So we both backed Concordia. We both backed Altera.
Yep. Got good taste.
I don't want to say I backed something else. It was like right around the same time. That's one of the reasons why I think when we talked on the phone the other day, I was saying, why is this stuff all happening at the same time?
Yeah. There were several things that released. Wasn't that on the 9th?
Yeah,
June 9th?
Yeah.
So, well, hopefully there's nothing else because I need to stop crowdfunding.
Yeah, I need a break.
My wallet needs a break.
Yeah, I think they need to go on pause for a little while, at least a couple weeks, couple months.
I already know when the Ascendancy late pledge comes up, it's going to cost me a fortune. Fortune.
Oh, and I got the I don't remember when it's coming out, but the next City collection is coming up soon.
I love when I see those, I just send it to you.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I'm not doing it. 12 hours later, you're like, oh, I did it.
Yeah.
No.
Because, I wasn't going to do something. Was it Concordia? Yeah, I think it was Concordia. Was that the one that I was complaining that there were too many options? When we were talking? I think it might have been.
Probably.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway.
And then I know you were talking about, well, I get Puerto Rico and Castles of Burgundy. They're well worth it. But is Concordia, it's a great game, but is it worth it?
Yeah. Is it worth having another version? And is it basically worth rebuying?
Exactly. Because you do own it.
Yes, it is worth rebuying. So, all right.
Yeah, see, you being a long-time gamer have a bigger problem than I do. When I'm buying these classics, it's the first time for me. I don't own them yet.
It's easy, yeah.
You're replacing games that you already have.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe I can sell my classic copies for nothing.
It's funny. I noticed a couple of people, like, I see things like Concordia coming up on BGG and people selling these things. So when stuff comes available, they do sell their older copies.
Yeah.
So,
but they're selling Concordia now.
Yeah, they're not going to have it for a couple of years.
Well, they probably won't play it.
Yeah, that's the thing. When did they last play it?
Yeah, that's true.
They probably won't play it anyways until the new one comes out.
Mm-hmm.
They'll play it once and then it'll sit on the shelf for years, just like ours.
If you get it now, then the hype will build up and you'll want to play it when it comes out. But if you keep it for the next year, you might play it once or twice, and then you won't have that draw to play Concordia as much. You won't have that desire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear that.
Anyway.
All right.
So that is it for episode 123. 123. Expansioning. We hope you liked the discussion. Drop us a note. Or send us an email, contact@thesport-game-life. Let us know. Reach out to us on BGG. We've got a guild over there, and you can drop us a comment on the show that we post and everything. So we'd love to see that stuff.
Oh, my stuff is backwards.
What is backwards?
I like, subscribe. Oh, everything's. Oh, I know. I just realized it.
Oh, I didn't see it.
It's backwards. Oh, because
maybe it's just for you.
Our platform did an update, and every time they do that, it like flips the image. Yeah. And I didn't
do it
see
again.
that.
Let me see if it's backwards. No, it looks right.
On my end, it's like eCal, Ebicris bus.
Rhyme bus. No, it looks good to me. Hopefully, it's good for everybody else. If not, let us know in the comments if it looks good to you.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Thanks for watching and listening, depending on how you're getting this. And we'll catch you all again in 2 weeks with episode 124. And we've already, if you're still with us, you know what our discussion's going to be. Spoiler.
If we remember.
Yeah.
I'll label it right now. I'll make a copy of the script.
There you go.
All right. We'll see you at the table. Take care.